Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's just get it out of the way, okay? Yeah, I know, I cut my hair, I shaved. I know many of you have been saying I look like PewDiePie or Jax Films, but who do I look like now, you know? Maybe I lost my identity in this process. Anyway, I'm not usually one to get into celebrity drama. I don't care if Teresa Guidis, but I don't care if she has a new boyfriend. I don't care if Portia Williams is pregnant. Like I just don't care. But when celebrity news starts making its way into the memes I consume, that's when I know it needs to be talked about. I'm talking about memes like these, you know, bashing Amber Heard, calling for justice for Johnny Depp. So I started to look into it, and oh my goodness, there is so much going on between these two. Like, seriously, too much for any sane person to cover in less than 5 hours. Before we get into it, I'm very aware that abuse is a very serious issue. If you are experiencing abuse of any kind, please try and go get some help. I don't think Amber Heard is lying because she's a woman. I think she's lying based on evidence. People like her are the reason actual abuse victims don't want to come forward. Now, if you want any more explanation as to why Amber Heard is lying, I do suggest checking out this guy called Incredibly Average. What I really wanted to focus on today was the most recent development with Johnny Depp suing the Sun's newspaper for libel. Yeah, I know I say recent. I'm aware this happened like 3 weeks ago. I've been busy. Okay, school's hard. Get off my back. Now, libel is a published false statement that is damaging to a person's reputation. He's suing the Suns because the Suns wrote an article claiming that Johnny Depp was, quote unquote, a wife beater. The only grounds for this is because Amber Heard, who used to be married to Johnny Depp, accused him of being abusive during their short 1-year marriage. You with me so far? Now, Johnny vehemently denies ever beating or hurting Amber in any way, which is why he's suing the Suns. I say he is suing the Suns. The trial already happened. It lasted about 16 days, and the verdict didn't come back until about 3 weeks ago. Johnny lost the lawsuit, and his lawyers came back with a statement saying that the decision is as perverse as it is bewildering. Most troubling is the judge's reliance on the testimony of Amber Heard and corresponding disregard of the mountain of counter-evidence from police officers, medical practitioners, her own former assistant, other unchallenged witnesses, and an array of documentary evidence which completely undermines the allegations point by point. All of this was overlooked. The judgment is so flawed that it would be ridiculous for Mr. Depp not to appeal this decision. So was the judge cherry-picking evidence? Well, this is the judge's summary of the whole trial, all of which I have read, and I would have to say, yes. Before we get into that, though, you should know that the judge's son works for Rupert Murdoch, who is the guy Johnny Depp is trying to sue. Also, the second guy Johnny Depp is trying to sue is a work colleague of the judge's son. So take that information as you will. I do have to put an asterisk next to that, though, because that is the information I am least certain of. In the week it took to make this video, I stumbled across that information today. So maybe someone can verify that for me. Now, If that fact alone doesn't raise any red flags, then the sheer difference in the amount of witness testimonies from either party might point to some shenanigans going on. Johnny Depp has 20 witnesses that testified in his behalf. Amber Heard has 7. Among the witnesses that testified for Johnny Depp are police officers, security guards, personal housekeepers, personal assistants, Amber's stylist, Amber's interior designer, and Amber's former personal assistant. Meanwhile, Amber has 3 of her friends, her younger sister, a professional makeup artist, and a fiance to one of her friends. Something fishy is going on here. Now, you can read all this yourself if you want. I will link it in the description. Now, again, like I said, there's enough material here to cover like 5 hours worth of subject matter. I just want to cover a couple instances of extremely obvious cherry picking of evidence. Firstly, Johnny brings up 8 different points meant to question the credibility of Amber. Number 7 is really interesting to me. It's a recorded phone conversation that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had, in which Amber admits to hitting Johnny. Now, this is important because Johnny Depp claims that Amber is the one that abused him, not the other way around.
And I watched you lie, and then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You've been a lot of guys, been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what
me.
the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your
I'm
toes?
not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are.
Oh,
That's the difference
you
between
poor
me and
toes.
you. You're a baby.
Because you start physical fights?
You're such a baby.
Because you start physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did.
So she admits to hitting him, and then she calls him a baby because she hit him. Now, this is what the judge has to say about this. In my view, no great weight is to be put on these alleged admissions by Miss Heard to aggressive, violent behavior. Excuse me? What? Oh, never mind. You know, in the judge's defense, Amber was just being sarcastic. I did not know that was an argument you could use in court. Your Honor, look. I know I killed a man in front of his 3 children, but come on, I was just being sarcastic. So the real meat of this trial is 14 different incidents in which Johnny allegedly abused Amber. These, of course, are all according to her. Now, I'm not going to go over all these because, like I said, there's just so much. I do want to cover one in particular, though. Incident 12. It states that it occurred the day before Miss Heard's appearance on James Corden's Late Show. Here's what happened according to Amber. On the 15th of December 2015, Amber and Johnny were in their penthouse in Los Angeles. Johnny threw another decanter at her, knocked items around the room, and punched the wall. He slapped her hard, grabbed her by her hair, and dragged her through the apartment. In the process, Johnny pulled large chunks of hair and scalp out of Amber's head. Amber tried to escape the violence by going upstairs. Johnny followed Amber, hit her in the back of her head, again grabbed her by her hair, then dragged her by her hair up the last few steps. At the top of the stairs, Johnny shoved her twice, which made her fear that she would fall. Amber told Johnny that she had broken her wrist in an attempt to get him to stop. Johnny repeatedly hit Amber, knocking her to the floor. Each time Amber was knocked down, she stood back up. Johnny responded, yelling, "Oh, you think you're a tough guy?" He then headbutted her in the face, bashed her nose, which immediately began bleeding and caused her searing pain. Later during the evening of 15th of December 2015, Amber told Johnny that she wanted to leave him and that she would call the police if he ever touched her again. When she began to walk away towards the guest apartment, Johnny pushed her. He then grabbed her and pulled her from one room to the next, gripping her by her hair. By the time Johnny had dragged Amber into the upstairs office, she had told him she was leaving him as she could not put up with his behavior any longer. Johnny reacted by grabbing Amber by her throat, pushing her down to the ground, and punching her in the back of her head. Johnny grabbed Amber by her hair, slapped her in the face, and screamed at her, "I will kill you. I'll kill you. You hear me?" Or similar words. The fight continued onto a bed. Johnny got on top of Amber and placed his knee on her back and the other foot on the bed frame while repeatedly punching her in her head. Johnny screamed, "I hate you," over and over again. The bed frame splintered under the weight of the pressure of Johnny's boot. Johnny hit Amber with his closed fist, punching her face into the mattress and pulled out chunks of her hair. Amber screamed and feared for her life. She suffered severe headaches and other pain for at least a week after this incident. Holy hell. So, Amber decides to do the James Corden Late Show anyways, despite all of this happening the night before. Here she is on the show, supposedly with 2 black eyes, a cut lip, a swollen nose, and large chunks of her hair pulled out of her head. I don't think so. I've watched tutorials for how to cover up a black eye on YouTube, and sure, you can cover up the black part, but you can't cover up the swelling. Also, she claims she screamed and was fearing for her life, but she's talking just fine. No sore throat at all.
I knew I had to train for it, and what they don't tell you,
From my personal experience, if I scream as loud as I can, my throat is sore for like the next 2 days. So after the alleged beating, here's what allegedly happened. Amber texted a bunch of her friends telling her that she had been in an accident. She didn't say what actually happened because she was embarrassed about what actually happened. 2 people saw her the morning after the incident, Miss Pennington and Miss Iglesias. Miss Pennington said that Amber's face was red and her nose was swelling up. Miss Iglesias said that the ridge of Amber's nose was a little red and swollen. So that's it. Those are the only 2 people who testified for Amber, besides Amber herself. Now, Kevin Murphy said that he saw Amber the morning after the incident as well. He said that he had been standing about 4 feet away from Miss Heard. He was suspicious that Miss Heard was not wearing any makeup and there were no marks, bruises, cuts, redness, or swelling up to her face. And there were no apparent areas on her head where her hair had been pulled out. She pointed to a tuft of hair and said that was what Mr. Depp had pulled out. Mr. Murphy photographed the tuft of hair to which Miss Heard had pointed. He also took a photograph of the splinter from the bed. Mr. Murphy was shown a photograph of Miss Heard's face. I assume it's a picture of her bruised face. He denied that that was how Miss Heard had looked when he saw her on 16th of December. Also, Samantha McMullen, who used to be Amber's stylist, said that she spent much of the afternoon and early evening of 16th of December with Miss Heard. She was with her in good light at close range. Miss Heard was wearing no makeup. Miss McMillan said that Miss Heard did not have any visible marks, bruises, cuts, or injuries to her face or any other part of her body. She was shown photographs said to have been taken of Miss Heard on 16th of December. I assume, again, with a bruised face. Miss McMillan said that was not how she remembered Miss Heard appearing that day. So this I find incredibly suspicious. 2 days after the incident, their private nurse, Miss Borum, said she visited Amber's home while she was dropping off medications because Amber told her that she was suffering headaches, right? According to Miss Borum, she knocked on the door and waited several minutes for an answer. Miss Heard greeted Miss Borum at door, looking disheveled. Her hair appeared unbrushed. Miss Heard appeared weepy and sad. Posture is slouched. Probably to cover up the fact that she just spent the last few minutes applying hastily makeup to make her face look bruised, but that's just a theory. Miss Heard told Miss Borum about argument with husband. Miss Borum offered emotional support but reminded Miss Heard that Miss Borum could not stay as on duty with another client and was only visiting in order to deliver medication. Per Miss Heard, she had not had contact with husband since altercation. Miss Heard had visible bright red blood appearing at center of lower lip. When Miss Borum made Miss Heard aware that she was actively bleeding on her lip, Miss Heard stated it was from the injury sustained in the argument between her and her husband, and that it continues to bleed actively. That seems mighty convenient, don't you think? I mean, you cut your lip and 2 days later it's not going to still be bleeding. And it just so happens to be bleeding on the doorstep while her nurse is delivering her medication. I don't think so. Like, what was she doing that took her several minutes to answer the door? Miss Heard also states that her head is bruised and that she lost clumps of hair in the altercation. Miss Borum briefly looked at Miss Heard's scalp, but was unable to visualize the hematomas Miss Heard had described. Really? These are supposed to be large chunks of hair that was pulled out of her head, and the nurse who briefly glanced at the area said she didn't notice anything. Not only that, but then a few days later, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard go to the Bahamas, and the estate manager was shown a picture of Amber's bruised face, and she said that that was not how Miss Heard looked when she saw her at Christmas in 2015. And you know what? The judge still ruled against Johnny. And I'm pretty sure I know what happened. Johnny said that he tried to hug Amber in an attempt to restrain her, and their heads may have come in contact accidentally. That's probably what happened when they were fighting. Then when Johnny left that night, Amber decided to fabricate this whole story of Johnny headbutting her. Then he texted a bunch of her friends and got a few of them on board to testify for her. And that's it. That's what happened. It's baffling to me that Amber got on the stand and was like, hey, look at this person I texted. Look, I sent a text message this night. It lines up with my story, right? Look at all these text messages I sent. And the judge was like, oh, wow, this text message does line up with your story. You must have been abused. It's so ridiculous and calculated. Like, she admits that this was her strategy all along too, basically.
And it would be unbelievable to imagine that either I'm in a secret fight club, or B, I've had
A secret what?
I've had a secret fight club, or that I have been plotting to do this for 3 years, and while taking pictures of it and documenting it, just saving it up for the right time when I'm not asking for any money and have nothing financial to gain from it. But no one is going to believe that. No one is going to believe that one of the two alternatives, either I'm in a fight club, or I've been going through hair and makeup, or going through makeup through all these years, where I have corroborating text messages between people that match those dates of those timestamp validated photos of either corroboration between people hearing us, or corroboration of next day, Whitney sending text message to Kevin, him responding, or the kind of stuff like between me and people in your life. It is insanely cross corroborated than it is a plan. I'm going to put makeup on myself and take pictures throughout years and just sit on it for years. That well, while having this like imaginary life run parallel to it. Do you understand that the pictures I have match with like text messages to my mom back and forth about it, and text messages between, say, Raquel and my mom, or Raquel and my dad, or, between my two friends.
Okay, first off, did she just say nobody is going to believe that she uses makeup to paint on bruises, then takes pictures, and finally texts her friends and family about them to make sure she has proper documentation? That is just scary. It sounds like a criminal mastermind monologuing their evil plan while the hero dangles over the shark pit.
She got away with it too. Like, that's just one of these incidents. There's 14 of these. There's a reason this trial lasted 16 days. Again, you can read all this for yourself. It's just more of the same though. She's still getting away with it too. Animaniacs just made an episode with a poster mocking him. Anyways, I wish there was more we could do about this. All we can really do is sign petitions and get mad on social media. I have heard, though, that there's something floating around the internet that wants to boycott Warner Brothers. So, I don't know. I'm not saying you have to do it, but